Greetings. The Hunter Biden matter. As I understand it, Hunter Biden bought a handgun, which in America is a very normal thing to do. And he filled out a form that said, if you're using marijuana or if you're a drug addict, you must say yes here. And he said no, because he wanted to buy the handgun. And then he was guilty of having a stupid friend who found the gun and drove it miles away and threw it out in a public garbage, which was then retrieved by a homeless man. And then he, in a panic, sent her back to find it, and she reported it to somebody in a nearby store who then called the police. Isn't this a strange case? And isn't it perfect that the mediocre, risk-averse, timid twerp, 60-year-old twerp named Merrick Garland, the Attorney General of the United States, his DOJ, proceeded with this case. And so it's the number one story in the nation, according to the New York Times, that he was found guilty of having lied on a form to buy a handgun. What do we make of this? There must be something to be made of it. And I think it points, as it always does, to the what's the word we're looking for? Not helpless, but the hapless Democrats, the hapless forces of good that are so mediocre and so lacking in sechel, in good common sense, that they would actually, in an attempt to prove how impartial they are, crucify this man. So he's facing a jail sentence for having said, no, I'm not a drug addict or a marijuana user, in purchasing a handgun. While we can see videos on YouTube of road rage in which someone pulls out a gun and just fires into a car. And of course, cops still have a license to kill and just murder people whenever they feel like it. My country. Of course, that's a somewhat antiquated notion, right? It sort of ended in the 20th century. My country. It matters more what I do for a living, or it matters more what town I live in. That's what matters. What kind of a city do you live in? Is it like other cities like that in the world? Are you a plumber? And aren't you just like plumbers all over the world? Aren't those the allegiances? It's allegiance to country. But that's a subject for another day. Thank you for listening.